Hello everyone, it is me again, Penguin21, and today, well, looks like it's time to talk about fanboys yet again. I know that I just made one. This is going to be a 3-upload video this week because, quite honestly, it just makes sense. But, obviously, there's a couple things that I do want to get out of the way for this New Year's because I just kind of came up between the two videos that I was making. Number one is this year I do have a New Year's resolution to hit 1K subscribers before the end of the year. I'll try to mention that as many times as it will take to get me to that 1K stuff. So if you do like what it is that I do, please feel free to subscribe and like and comment and stuff like that. It really helps with all of the stuff. And I do want to get to that 1K milestone by the end of this year. It's a little ambitious, but I think that we can do it if we're good enough. Next up is that Harman Smith videos that I did promise. They are coming because, again, January is usually a slower month for news. So, again, unless something absolutely insane happens, like another Sony hack or something like that, those Harman Smith videos will most likely be coming. I have to go through my archive to see which ones I want to talk about. Next up, the clip dump, I have to break that up into 2 videos. So the finals will actually have a 2-part mini bits where I get some of my bigger clips from one half and clips the other half and linking to all of that. And of course, I'll also try to be releasing some of those as shorts and things. Of course, I also do YouTube shorts, so go support me on that. And finally, I don't think that there is anything else. Anyway, this intro has already gotten pretty long anyway, so I guess it's time to actually start with the New Year's salt. So, yes, all of these were taken on New Year's or very around New Year's, which isn't as bad as the salt from Christmas because, well, it was Christmas, but at least with New Year's, some of these were taken, like, literally the day, like, literally early in the morning or, like, at the stroke of midnight. So that's, rather than out partying and drinking and stuff, these guys were console warring. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start off, of course, today with Japan Hates Xbox. Now, Japan Hates Xbox has gone through a little bit of a character arc this entire time. He's more of a newcomer to this, but he's definitely made a name for himself, at least on this channel. And of course, he started off with the Xbox effect versus the PlayStation effect. Which do you prefer? Doing 2 images. Now, I'm going to be censoring these because I don't know the context here. From what I can gather, it seems that the context is that those pictures are supposedly of Japan Hates Xbox and how he was, like, living in one versus living in the other and how, like, he was living in Arkansas. So there was a whole, like, character arc that I just completely and utterly fucking missed with this guy. So, yeah, sorry, but, I'm going to censor out the faces if I remember to do so. If I don't, it's not too bad, but still. And you also might notice that he now has a new profile picture, which, yes, he did tweet about, and yes, it is his pinned tweet, where it says, it's a new year, so it's time for a fresh new look. Hashtag Japan Hates Xbox's official rebrand of 2024, because when Xbox dies, we all win, with a clearly AI-generated image of a very Chad man playing in, like, that it's very Japanese. And again, I find it weird how this dude isn't actually Japanese from what I can tell, at least from what I think. Again, I am unsure as to where Japan Hates Xbox comes from, but if you liked that AI image, I bet you like this next AI image that he also posted around that at the same time as well. Oh my god. Where he says that when Xbox dies, we all win, and I'm assuming that AI-generated image is supposed to be, like, him and his girlfriend from, like, that earlier picture that I just showed you. So, yeah. And then finally, to round out this section of Japan Hates Xbox, at least for the rebrand portion, you can see where he was versus where he is today, which I mean, I don't see much of an improvement. In fact, I see a de-evolution here between these two, because at least with the fake Calvin, like, peeing on Xbox, at least that's creative. You know, it's creative in such a way that it actually is art. Whereas with the AI version of it, it sucks. Like, it fully and utterly sucks. Wasn't funny when some of the other guys made their profile pictures AI generated images, because quite honestly, don't do that. Like, at all. It just makes you look fucking dumb. Whatever you do. And next up, we have one where it's the actual dates. You can't say that I didn't take a lot of these on the actual day, where this is just this January 1st, 2024, and finally the person wakes up. He's been waiting for 4 long years, the exclusivity. He's like, it's finally on Final Fantasy VII with, I'm going to have to censor this, because it's basically the Peter Parker meme, where it's the Final Fantasy VII remake is now on Xbox, which it now actually is. Congratulations, Xbox. I think. With him then showing off a green toy. And yeah, we're going to just move on from that, because I don't want to spend any more time on this person. Because, of course, we have to go back to the Red Dragon, where he is basically just making fun of Microsoft for having their console on sale in the stores for as low as $349. I mean, yeah, that just kind of makes sense. One of the biggest shopping times of the year, having an entire month-long deal on their console just kind of seems good, you know? And then he just goes on to say that, like, oh, there was in stock for an extremely long time. It's like, well, yeah, because they might have been on sale for the whole month, but people weren't really waiting until, like, Black Friday type sales. So maybe Microsoft missed out on the Black Friday sales? Unsure. But, like, you're saying that people paying less for a console is bad. So why is it that when Sony does the same thing, you're, like, shouting from the rooftops that you should go out and buy one? Because I know that is what you will do, because you've done that sort of thing before. Next up, of course, we got Nicola with PlayStation Brethren in the 2024. Then we win again with, I'm going to be honest, I took this screenshot at random, but I think I got the best frame of that whole video that he has right there. Because that guy, he might look happy, but he looks like he's wearing a mask of happiness, because he's also very, like, actually upset and about to cry. So that's what I imagine Nicola was when he actually was posting this sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Next up, of course, we've got Unleashed, where he's basically talking about the PS5 Pro. And I know I'm going through some of these quickly, but I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah, but he basically says, the fleeing terror in the hearts of Xbox fanboys signals the coming of something extremely powerful, something beastly. 2024 will be the year of the PS5 Pro. You have been warned, Xbox. Your nightmare starts now. Which, again, I find it interesting how they've just kind of now solved, or at least they solved the sort of supply chain issues, I think maybe a year-ish ago. So like 2022. Maybe it was still having problems. I don't know. But people just, like, it feels like the generation just started, and now there's like, oh, we're going to release a PS5 Pro immediately. Just for reasons. It's very odd. Next up, of course, we've got Tipster with starting 2024 already with a bang, with another very clearly AI-generated image. See, at least with the 2D art, I can kind of get the AI-generated image thing. But this one it's still very bad. Not only in the fact that it just looks awful, at least in terms of when you look very close at like some of the details and stuff, but that face on the frickin' PlayStation dude, like, it looks like he's hiding the pain. Like, you know, Hide the Pain Herald? That's him, much younger and in cartoon form. It's very stupid. And then Tipster says the only proper way to end 2023, and then he shows a picture of someone who destroyed their Xbox Series X for some reason. Now, I don't know the context of this picture is basically it wasn't actually his Xbox Series X. It was someone else's that he just found for some reason. Unsure, but okay. And I think to end off this video, it's only fair that we go over and spank the Xbox side, because I am an equal opportunity booty spanker, and everyone gets hit this day. Starting off, of course, with Hideo Kojima? I don't know how to pronounce that name. With an Xbox gonna finish the job in 2024 with, again, a pretty nice edit in my opinion, but I don't really think so. I think that Sony and Microsoft will be fighting for maybe another generation or two before one of them really starts to feel the burn. But to think that, like, it's like a finished job when Microsoft has clearly said, yeah, we fucking lost, we did a very bad, and we're trying to get back the stuff here. It's like, yeah. Next up, we've got someone with the same energy, and then it's back to Japan hates Xbox again, with another image of supposedly him. And, like, that sort of PlayStation-style meme of that, which I don't have anything else to say. That's just funny. Good joke, sir. Tip my hat to you. Moving on. Next up, we've got 2023 was a bloodbath for PlayStation fans. I hope for them that 2024 could be better. I hoped in factions, but it got canceled. Luckily, there's COD to keep your pony asses busy. So, I mean, yeah. In some cases, like, PlayStation did have some pretty poor sales, but in other cases, like, Microsoft also had some pretty stupid decisions as well. Like, they released things like Redfall. They released things like Starfield, which Starfield was mid at best, like a 7 out of 10 game, but like a 7 out of 10 game that you could enjoy for at least a several hours. I know I put at least 70 hours into that game. And my end of the year thing was like 5%. Like, it somehow took up 5% of my overall play time, which for me is a lot because I play like one game mainly, most of my game time there. Yeah. But then we have to go back and peer over the PlayStation side very quickly for a bringing in family to the Xbox or the console war again. With him talking about his son. Now, again, I'm not sure if this is specifically console war stuff, but I wanted to really point this out because, the one line that really kind of caught my attention for this would be, on top of this, he makes me a proud gamer dad, which I cannot begin to tell you how fucking cringe that is. Like, it is, like, unironically calling yourself a gamer dad, at least in this context, like, in this specific context, because Xvolt's, like, a very big PlayStation person, like, it just feels very cringe when he says it, you know? It's like when someone else says, like, oh, I'm a gamer dad, it's like, that's kind of cool, and, like, you have that cool dad energy. Xvolt wishes that he had that ironic dad energy. This is just cringe, at least to me. But then he also posted like a picture of this, but I'm not going to show that picture because even though it does cover I'm assuming his son's face, I'm not going to show that. Just like how this next one is someone actually bringing in their family into the console war again, where it's like, oh, we got the Xbox takes its rightful place as the king of the biggest and best exclusive franchises in all of gaming. Would love to see a favorable Xbox handheld, a new immersive controller, and 2026 an innovative, powerful new generation of Xbox consoles. And then pictures of families again, which I am going to crop out because this actually shows children and other people's faces that I don't think want to be associated with this sort of thing. I'm not comfortable showing those pictures. So yeah. No, we're going to move on because that's annoying. And the lesson of this whole little section here, don't bring your family into the console war with you. It's stupid, it's annoying, and it's dumb. It was dumb when the Red Dragon did it. It's dumb when you do it. Don't do it. It's bad. Next up, we got Fears with a PlayStation fanboys. Then they see the fan-made roadmap and realize they really ain't got no games. I find it weird how PlayStation apparently is again one of those things where it's like PlayStation's got no games. I've used to not see that for a while, at least in my view, but now it's become more of a thing again. I think it was always a thing, I've heard from like other people. I just don't seem to see it because of the fact that I just do it on the PlayStation side mostly. But I don't know. That's actually a good question. Which came first? PlayStation has no games, or Xbox has no game? That's a fair question. Like which one came first? Like who's stealing from who here? Next up, we've got back to the name I can't pronounce with a whole big AI-generated fireworks display of a Happy New Year, guys, with a PlayStation has no games. And I'm going to be honest, I can tell this is AI-generated because of the kerning where the A and stuff is, but that's really close. Actually, no, this looks awful. Like, this looks very bad. It looks like, yeah, no, I take that compliment back. You don't deserve that compliment. But finally, of course, we have the truth. I don't know why weirdos are fixated on gamers not having fun, where it is basically people saying, quit having fun with Starfield. And to just kind of round off this thing, Starfield was now mostly negative on Steam now, and people were comparing it to Forspoken, saying, oh yeah, the people have spoken and stuff like that. But the thing is that very quickly with those numbers, by the way, the lifetime reviews for Forspoken, very bad, was, if I remember correctly, 4,200 something in the actual screenshot. If I find it, I'll put it up here, but I'll put up like a more concurrent one. But it was like 4,000-ish into the screenshots there with like 100 recent reviews. That's the one that everyone uses because it's like, oh yeah, it's become a mostly positive thing. But then they fail to realize that 4,000, right, is the lifetime amount. That's the amount that it's gotten the entire time, which means that people had to purchase it and then review it. And most people probably didn't do it. And how many people those people refunded the game? Same thing with... But what's more damning is the fact that they say that this mostly negative with the actual Starfield comes from 7,000 recent people, i.e. people that have recently picked up the game, probably via sales on Christmas and stuff like that, most likely. So that's 7,000 recent reviews of Starfield. Yeah, that right there, that goes to show you how popular that game actually is. You get that many reviews recently. And I think that those recent reviews are like within the past 2 months, 2 to 3-ish months of review, maybe even just the past month of reviews to get to that mostly negative point. And it took 7,000, because if I remember correctly, it was sitting at a positive to a mixed, and then it just dropped all the way down to that, or maybe it was always slowly dropping because people were just getting annoyed with the game. Now, look, if you want to compare reviews, that's fine, but using Steam numbers, you have to understand the numbers that you're looking at. And trying to use Steam numbers in the console war makes no sense because it's just dumb to do that. Anyway, rant over. I should really end this video. I don't want to make it too long. In any case, I'll probably do something or other going forward, but those Harman Smith videos should be coming out next week, with the clip show coming out maybe sometime after that. Again, because this is January and it's more of the slow month, unless something big and massive happens, I should be able to get the Harman Smith videos out before anything else. I'm just very tired of everything. Recording this, like, this is my third time recording this sort of thing. Anyway, if you like what it is that I do, please feel free to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and do all that other sorts of stuff. I have a Bandcamp where you can listen to and purchase some of my music. I have a Gumroad where you can go to and get some of my 3D models and assets and things. I also do that sort of stuff of asset making and art stuff on commission. If you want to hire me, get in touch to me through probably Twitter. I usually check that mostly. Or here, here can work too on one of my community posts, and you can talk in DMs or whatever. In any case, like I said, I do want to hit 1K subscribers by the end of this year. I think that that's a pretty achievable goal. If we hit more than that, absolutely fantastic. But I just want to say, I want to thank you all for an amazing 2023. I look forward to this 2024 coming up. Please, whatever it is that you do, don't be a fanboy, because you can see how dumb these guys can be. In any case, I want to thank you so much for watching. My name is GamePenguin21, and a peace.
Hey man, can I get a favor?